Unsubscribe.
What's he unboxing? What'd it be? Well, I don't know. Shut up and see.
No, that's not what I want you to do to my channel. That's what I'm going to do after I unbox this Nightworms package for you. But first, we're going to check in with the Magic Duff Bucket. What have you got for me today, Magic Duff Bucket? A Pleasure Garden Pilsner. Who's that by? By Rapture? Yes, it's by Rapture Brewing. They did a Pilsner, and I had to try it. It's damn delicious. Goddamn delicious. Let's just go all the way and say that word. It's been pre-poured. I have it right here. Little quickness. Delicious. That'll stay there for the duration. So, we have my last ever Nightworms package right here in my hot little hands. This was supposed to contain a book I really wanted, and it didn't. It didn't. And I blame Cemetery Dance for that. Yes. Nightworms has been doing some really great books, and they have been sharing spoilers of the books that are coming, which I like that. I like that. Usually the subscription box services are all about that surprise, you know? But when they do hot titles that a lot of people are going to buy anyway, then you're going to have a lot of upset customers who are buying new releases as they come out. Then they get their Nightworms package, and it has that new release in it. So Nightworms very cleverly, or wisely, started posting spoilers on Instagram, showing people what the books are. You don't have to look at them. You had a slide to see them, so it wasn't spoiling it for the people who don't want to know. So those who want the surprise still can get the surprise. But they're trying to get ahead of that discontent so that people can maybe suspend their subscription if they already have a book in the package or they don't want the books, which is smart. But as you can see, priority envelope, and then another envelope, the branded envelope. So, 2 books. Now, when they did the spoiler, one book was Sallow Bend by Alan Baxter, and I've been wanting to read more from him. I read The Rue, which was awesome, and it was even better because I knew the idea for that book started basically as a joke between Kealan Patrick Burke and a bunch of other authors. Kealan Patrick Burke created a funny cover based on a story out of Australia about a jacked up kangaroo that was beating ass in an Australian town. So he created a cover that showed, you know what? I'll put it up there. Do you see it? Yeah. So it says, "I'll see you out back." And it's this angry kangaroo. And Alan Baxter wrote a book based on that joke, basically. Just a joke cover. A fun thing that Kealan Patrick Burke did. And the story was awesome. And they decided to, Kealan Patrick Burke and Alan Baxter and some other authors decided to write horror novels based on the theme, essentially, was animals that are indigenous to their areas, and then they were going to give money to charities, different charities, I think animal-related charities. And it was a cool idea, and I got The Rue, then I got The Buck, and The Buck stops here, and Plain Possum. So there were 3 books. I don't know if any more came out. But anyway, Alan Baxter wrote The Rue, and he did a sensational job, even considering what the prompt was. The inspiration for the book was so loose and freewheeling, and the book was actually really deeper than that. I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised, and it was a great story. I liked it. In fact, Kealan Patrick Burke is a character in that book. So you got to look it up. That's a great book. So I was so looking forward to getting Sallow Bend by Alan Baxter in my final Nightworms package, but Cemetery Dance decided to rear their ugly head because it's a Cemetery Dance book. And they were delayed on the shipment to Nightworms. The idea or the story is that a pallet of books disappeared. Oh, and Nightworms couldn't get their books on time. So they switched it up and they replaced it. They put a substitute book in there to make their deadline to get everybody the package and not get a log jam going. So, they do it every month. And so I understand from their perspective. But how can Cemetery Dance, once they were involved, I'm like, damn. Why does bad luck just seem to follow Cemetery? It's just too coincidental for my taste, in my opinion. I'm not a detective, but it just seems a little like Cemetery Dance just is beset with problems that no other publisher seems to have. And I think it's hooey. So I'm out Salo Ben, the one book I was looking forward to. And that's a shame. That's too bad. So I'll share the rest of them with you. So here's the replacement book. It's called Black Tide by Casey Jones. I have no idea, no frame of reference with this book. I don't know what to look forward to. Here's the headline on the back. It was just another day at the beach. Then the world ended. Black Tide. So does that pique your curiosity? Casey Jones wrote it. I don't know who Casey Jones is. But I do like hearing from new authors and checking them out. Maybe this is like one of the best books I'll ever read. Right in my hand, right here. And I'll regret my snarkiness. I'm not snarky. All the credit to Casey Jones. I think Nightworms picks great books. So if they picked it, it's a good recommendation. Then the other book is a hardcover, and this was some buzzy book. I think Sin from Sin's Book Nook read it. It's the hardcover, What Moves the Dead. I forgot I was also looking forward to this book as well. So it was Salo Ben, and then this one, which seemed a little buzzy. People had been talking about it. I'd seen this cover around the social medias, and people seem to be interested in it. But What Moves the Dead? A hearse, you dumbass. Did I already ruin the book? What Moves the Dead? A hearse. I hope. I mean, I'm sure there's more to that in this book than just that snarkiness. And it's T. Kingfisher. T. King. We're going with initials. KC and T. Pallbearers also move the dead. Am I wrong? I'm a friend of the ushers, I say. The servant nodded gravely at this information. Would you like to come inside? Yes, I said, aware that I was lying. It's always good to be aware you're lying. I did not want to go into that tired house dripping with fungus and architectural eyes. Dripping with fungus. But Madeline had summoned me, and here I was. Well, Madeline's calling you. You just got to put on a raincoat with the dripping fungus. Now, I got to say, my vision's not the best, and there's not a lot of light in this room, so if I flubbed it. Architectural eyes. Architectural eyes. That's a fun phrase. A gripping and atmospheric reimagining of Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher, from Hugo, Locus, and Nebula award-winning author T. Kingfisher. So, apparently I read this with Usher's passing, that Robert McCammon book, that Cemetery Dance refuses to send me, because I'm waiting on a tray case. You know what? Put $50 back on my account and send me the book without the tray case. It's time to move on. All right, so this book has cool end sheets here. Very nice for a trade. Look at that. Nice foil stamp. So this book turned out nicely. No bent corners. If you remember my Pallbearers Club and my inspection, they were pretty brutalized. Although I do think I owe an apology to Nightworms, because I did get another copy of Pallbearers Club at a store, and I picked it up and I looked at it, and the spine was bent in the same weird way. So it didn't have ding corners and it didn't have a smashed in bottom here, but but the spine was all akimbo, just like Nightworms' copy. So they can't be faulted for all the damage. But that is a cool cover. We're not supposed to judge books by their covers, but here we are. All right, so come for the books, stay for the goodie bag. And the sweet little thank you. Thank you. So usually there are signed book plates in here. Usually. When they did the Mailer Maniacs box with Inspection, that was signed by Josh Malerman. So he actually handled the books. That's cool. So the theme for this was Growing Darkness. Man, I am really bummed I didn't get Sallow Bend. I just remembered seeing this. I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to have Sallow Bend. I was supposed to be jazzed about an Alan Baxter book. And to make matters even more bittersweet and sweetly bitter, the second thing after the bookmark, Sallow Bend, signed by Alan Baxter, Sallow Bend, book plate. Very nice of them to include it, I gotta say. Very nice of them to include it, because a lot of people are really wanting that signature. It's a bona fide book plate. I like it when it's, sometimes book plates are blank pieces of paper or whatever. They're just taped in there and they're kind of crappy. So this is nice. This is nice. Very nice of them. Looks like it's a self-adhesive deal too. So you could throw that in your copy when you buy it, but I should have it, man. Ugh. And I don't blame Nightworms for that. I think them getting the books out is actually a really good thing, getting the packages out. They could have done a poll or something, but I think they got to make business decisions. They got to keep moving along. So, maybe at some point they'll throw it in there, but I think a lot of people maybe wouldn't want it now. I don't know. And they have their packages all planned out, so I think that might be more disruptive than beneficial. So, Growing Darkness, when they had this printed, What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher with signed book plate. That's cool. Sallow Bend. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just see what else is in here. Would be cool if they included a book plate by KC. So there's the T. Kingfisher book plate. So now this will go with What Moves the Dead. But this is kind of like a generic Tor Nightfire book plate. What I just said about having those plain book plates. The Alan Baxter one goes with Sallow Bend because it says Sallow Bend. This you could throw into maybe any book signed by T. Kingfisher, but I don't know. And this is also self-adhesive. Nice. So this is Riddle's Book and Tea Company. This is called Book Hangover, being a bold hazelnut blend to recuperate after a book bender. Jill's gonna have a glass of that for sure. Book and Tea Company, Book and Tea. So book hangover, nice. You're on a bender. And then what else do we got in here? We got a couple of things. Bag is empty. Very cool little tea thing, cup, tea, skull, moon, cup, a tea. And then a magnet. A horror magnet. You can pause that and read it at your own leisure. So, very cool. And I have a metal desk. My desk is metal AF. And I'll throw this sticker on there, or this magnet. Maybe I'll put this on my microphone, because I'll be like what the cool kids do. So that's it. That's my unboxing for the Nightworms package. And my last one, times being what they are, I wish them the best. I think they're doing a good thing, and I think if you're a horror reader that likes to get a library built up really fast and have a hard time picking books out where I don't know what to read. There's so many choices. It's a fun thing to get a subscription box that gets you introduced to new authors, book selections you never would have considered, because that's when a lot of magic happens. That's when a lot of magic happens. You know, I discovered Philip Fracassi because of Earthling, and I discovered Sarah Pinborough because I got a Josh Mallerman anthology and from Earthling as well. So there's ways you get to exposed to authors, and the subscription box is like the fastest way to get exposed to new authors and different kinds of reads. You know, like Waif, that one book, I forgot who the author was for that. It looks like extreme horror. Came with the Nightworms package. Looks pretty messed up. So you can get a range. You can get mainstream horror. You can get a little bit of darker stuff. So for anybody who's an adventuring type, curious about what's out there, let Mother Horror and Nightworms do some picks for you. For you. And man, I don't know about Cemetery Dance, but check out Sallow Bend. Alan Baxter is a great guy. He was on one of the Fracassi Freak Zoom calls. Really nice guy, great guy. So maybe I'll have him on the channel to talk about this. Of course, he won't say anything bad about Cemetery Dance because he's not stupid. He's not stupid. The Rue is awesome. Check out The Rue. Oh, yeah, I got to throw the graphic up. Did I do that? Did I put the graphic up when I was talking about The Rue? Or right now, am I looking at this editing and going, damn it? Note to future Jeff. So check it out. And, whether you subscribe to the book box or you just go to the library or you just buy from publishers, whatever you do in these crazy times, just have a beverage, have a book, and stay frosty.